We could not beat Betis, guys. 1-1. Barcelona is still undefeated in 2025, but it's just incredible. Incredible missed opportunity for Barcelona to close out La Liga, be 6 points clear of Real Madrid, but we cannot beat Betis as it goes one. The final score is one Betis, one Barcelona. Gavi scores for Barcelona in the 7th minute, and everything looked as it was just clear sailing from there. And but at the 70th minute, Nathan finds the header from Araujo that I have no idea what he was doing. But hey, guys, we cannot allow Real Madrid any hope. We cannot give him any inch of hope. We had him. We had an opportunity to just close it out and be 6 points clear. You understand the kind of cushion that 6 point with 6 game remaining mean. It's totally different than 4 points, guys. It's Barcelona thought, Real Madrid thought this the league was over, and it happens all the time. I've seen it. I watched long enough La Liga. I watched Real Madrid and Barcelona go at it. One Saturday, the other one plays on Sundays. And when they used to go, they go punch for punch. And when one team loses, the other one somehow, some way also loses, and it keeps the race just enough to keep us so interested. And I guess that's what happened tonight. In my opinion, Barcelona with an incredible blow, because not only some of the players did not get rest, but we also didn't get the result. So let's get into this game. Let's get into these lineups, and we are going to be first and foremost. Let's talk about the table. So as far as the table goes, it looks like Barcelona has 67 points, Real Madrid with 63, and Atletico Madrid, which I think they're about to play tomorrow, and they have 57 points. So right now we're 10 points clear of Atletico Madrid, but with the game in hand, of course, that could be 7 points, and Real Madrid could be 4 points, because it's 4 points because we did not find it within ourselves. We had an incredible winning streak of 7 straight games in La Liga winning, and now we drew. So let's take a look at the lineups. Barcelona would rest Inigo Martinez for this game. As everything else was all the same as far as from the midfield down. Another change was Gavi at the 10, who had an incredible game. Not only because he had the goal, but he was the most active player the whole night. And of course, we went with Ferran Torres on the left, Lamine Yamal on the right, and Lewandowski. So let's get into it. I thought from the beginning of this game, one of my issues was that Betis did seem to be more superior physically, and one of the things that happened is let's put it into perspective, okay? The silver lining is one, we are still 4 points clear, which is better than before the match day started. We did not know Real Madrid was going to lose tonight. So it's 3 point 4 points is better than three. It's my silver lining. Another silver lining for this game is that we had 4 games in 10 days, guys. So let's not be so harsh in our criticism with our players, with our team, who has played incredibly well. We are still undefeated in 2025, which is still a great thing. And tonight, Real Betis look better physically because they didn't have a game midweek. They've been playing one game per week for a little while now. So that's one of the reasons. It's one of the best. This team is the second best form. Barcelona is the best with 7 games. Betis was the second best with 5 games. They won the last 5 games, guys. So let's give them credit. They play incredibly well. The low block, I thought Pellegrini had an incredible game plan to stop Lamine Yamal. I said it in my preview, right? Please go watch my previews if you haven't been watching them. I said this game has the makings of an upset. And if Isco was playing and the game was at Betis instead of Montjuïc, I literally said, I think this will be an upset. I think Betis can beat Barcelona. Why? Not because they are better, just because the spot. Take a look at the spot. Take a look at the matchup. Barcelona was incredibly tired for this game, and it's a little concerning because in the last couple games, we've only been able to score one goal in each match. 1-0 against Atletico Madrid, one goal against Real Betis, and now we have a very important game just before, and does not help or aura, it does not help our momentum to now go play a Champions League match that we need to play so much better for. I don't know if it's a complacency thing, or I did see that they were a little tired now. Even though they were tired, let's take a look at some of the stats. Barcelona was far and away a better team. 13 shots, 5 shots on target against 2 shots on target for Real Betis, and one of them was a goal, and the other one almost a golazo that Chesney was able to stop. Was very we were very fortunate that Chesney was able to make that stop there. So let's talk. Now that I get that out of the way, let's talk the squad. Okay, I thought Kunde and Araujo defending wise perfect, Kubarsi perfect, Balde perfect. Okay, Araujo had the one mistake, and it's becoming really frustrating because I have nothing against Araujo. Okay, I love him. I think his speed is incredible. The way that he goes on the one-on-one after we draw the hard line and players go free. Araujo is that one player that can catch attackers. But I thought the goal was all on him. I don't know what he was doing, guys. Like normally when there's a corner kick, you want to go attack the ball. You don't want to grab the player and hope that he doesn't jump higher than you. And he's just literally doing this. Like he's not even looking at the ball. And it just luck would have it that the one time that he slept through that corner kick, Nathan gets a good header, and Chesney could have done a little bit of a better job, but I can't really judge him because it's the header is inside the goalkeeper's box. That is very near, very close for your reflexes, right? So I thought he could do better, but at the same time, you can't. It wasn't even close. By the time he put his hand down, the ball was already gone. So it wasn't like it was almost by a few seconds or something like that. Now, Pedri did look tired. I thought it wasn't one of his better game, and he still put out a 7.5. Gave Kunde a through ball that Kunde just cuts inside, and it's perfectly. You dribble the player, you cut inside, you're in front of the goal, and instead of shooting with your right, you shoot with your left, and you could have crossed it to the right of the keeper, and you pretty much shot to the keeper. And come on, man, like Barcelona just couldn't finish all these chances that they had. De Jong was very good. Is one of the best one of the best players in this game. I was actually surprised that Hansi Flick took him out. I thought, when Eddie came in, I thought it would be for Pedri Gonzalez, but it wasn't. I would have much rather seen Pedri go out because Pedri just looked gas at the end of the half, and I thought, we need every ounce of Pedri, but at the same time, the most important game is the Champions League game. I thought we could give him a little bit more rest there. So as far as Lamine Jamal, moving down to the front four now, Lamine Jamal, I just gotta be honest. Let's praise him when he plays well, and let's criticize him when he doesn't. Tonight he didn't play well. Tonight he was doing one more touch, one more play, one more dribble. And when he finally passed, he looked frustrated after every single pass that he was doing because nothing was connecting, nothing was really there. Every time he thought somebody would make a run, nobody would. Every time he thought somebody would do a give and go, nobody would. And it seemed like he was very disconnected with the offense. He still made created a lot of danger in the first half and almost scored an amazing goal that just couldn't be stopped. But then Pellegrini made adjustments, put in Fernandes, Altariña, and Perraud. They all three of them clogged up, helping Nathan. All four of them will go at times, and I will do another analysis for this video. But I just wanted to rant and say a few things about this game, particularly, and what frustrated me. And so now that I've talked about enough about Lamine Jamal and all his sacrifice and all his run, he's kind of like the same game that Mbappe had, where Mbappe just was the one that was most active, trying the most, shooting the most, but at the same time, no goals, no assists. Okay, so it's a kind of a frustrating performance, right? So let's move on to Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres was great. Every time that he plays, I want to see more of him. And the fact that Lewandowski put on a stinker tonight makes me wonder like what this offense could be if we just had Ferran Torres at the number one position, at the number nine, as a starter. Because he not only gets the recovery on the 7th minute on the Gavi goal, but he also gets the assist and puts a through ball to Gavi, beautifully placed. And Gavi, I thought he was going to find Lewandowski, which would have been a mistake because Nathan was right there. He did. That's why Gavi was so open because he was giving him space because the defender thought that he was going to find Lewandowski and he didn't. He just crosses it to the back of the net. Amazing goal from Gavi from the 7th minute, and I thought that was all Ferran Torres, okay? And I want to see those kinds of runs that he makes, those kind of passes, the way that he looks to play with the left and right wingers. I think he's earning my trust. He's earning that number nine spot. And when I go and see the kind of game that Lewandowski had, no shots on goal tonight. No, I know we didn't do as good of a job as giving him and finding him, but at the same time, as a striker, you gotta find your rhythm. You gotta find your shots, and you cannot tell me at the end of the match that you had no shots and just wait for somebody to pass you the ball and think that's a very mediocre thinking. Very very bad game for Lewandowski. Literally did nothing all night, and quite the opposite for Gavi, who Gavi with an 8.3 was amazing and was recuperating recoveries, linking up with Pedri, with De Jong, amazing. Okay, so I thought that that was kind of like the tell of what the starting 11 was. So now let's talk about some of the subs. Rafinha, he left to the international break and he didn't come back, guys. So I gotta call it like it is. So now I'm counting on Rafinha to show me something in this game, very important game against Borussia Dortmund. He's a big time player that can do big time things in big time moments. This is when I'm looking for Rafinha. Okay, I'm gonna give him a pass tonight, but he's not showed up since he left for the international break. He has not scored, not an assist, nothing. Okay, Eric Garcia, a thing of beauty, man. That guy is a baller. Like whatever we ask him to do, he'll do it. Gerard Martin, the same, very good, solid. He's becoming something to count on. And every time we put him out there and we ask him to do, he'll do whatever we ask him to do, which is defend, which is attack. Very, very solid. Fermin Lopez, incredible game. I hope that the Fancy Fleet would have put him in sooner than the 75th minute because we saw the impact that he was doing. And I wish he would have rested Gavi. I'm sorry, he would have rested Pedri and just have Fermin the whole second half. I think that would have been fire. But at the end of the day, guys, let's not be greedy. Let's not be picky. Let's give our players. Let's think of them and think of how much they sacrifice for this team. 10. I'm sorry, 4 matches in 10 days. That is just insane. At the end of the day, all I'm left with is, guys, my silver lining. We are at the top of La Liga, 4 points clear of Madrid, and we can win the Champions League, and we can still win the Copa del Rey. So I like the spot that we are on. Could have been better, but I don't want to be too greedy because we saw how Real Madrid lost to Valencia, and it was in big part due to fatigue, and that plays a big role. Okay, so let's think of that, and let's give a like to this video. If you stick around to the end, I would like to thank you, and I would like to invite you to comment your thoughts and to like this video if you're a Barca fan. I'll catch you guys on the next video.